Hello. Do you enjoy when you go home in the evening to empty your mailbox from advertisements and throw them away? I personally don't want to perform this work, but there is nothing I can do. I'm forced to do this work unpaid. Why? Because there are no proofs that my time, the time of my life which I put in throwing these advertisements away, has any value calculated in money, and therefore I cannot force the people who put advertisement in my mailbox to pay me for the work to remove the advertisement. And here comes the definition of forced labor. This is any form of work for which one person has not agreed voluntarily to perform, but there are any form of sanctions if the work is not done. The sanctions are, if I don't remove the advertisement from my mailbox, that I cannot use the mailbox for its intended purpose. And if I keep the advertisement in the mailbox, some criminal persons will conclude that nobody lives anymore in my house and will arrange me a visit. Maybe. Likewise for telephone advertisements. Whatever I do, I still continue receiving them and they'll never stop. The problem is that this is unpaid work and the solution is to start paying for the work. Approximately, let's say, 600 euro each time I get an unsolicited advertisements, I want to get this money. People who think that the work is not to be paid can stick to their opinion. I have no problem. I want just to transfer all my communications to these persons who think that splitting out the advertisements from the remaining parts of my communication is work which is nothing worth, and then I expect these people to do for no money this work, splitting correspondence, and to return to me the remaining correspondence which I want to read. If somebody thinks that the work is worth, but not for each piece 600 euro, I'm also okay. They can set the price for which they want to charge each sender of unrequested advertisement. I forward to them all the communications I have, expect them to split the advertisement which is not wanted from the wanted correspondence, return me what I want to receive, and then issue bills with the senders of the advertisements according to their price list. I'm perfectly fine. When it comes to spam per email, it's a little bit more complicated because sometimes it's clear who sends the spam, and then it's theoretically possible to ask the sender for money, and sometimes the sender is scrambled. It's not clear who sends it. That's correct. But first, the problem has to be solved for clear senders. They have to be forced to pay every time they send advertisement if there is no prior consent of the recipient to receive it. And it's not sufficient to buy online from somewhere something so that the seller is afterwards authorized to send emails. No, he needs a consent, explicit consent to send advertisements. Otherwise, he has to pay for the work to delete these advertisements. So, in regards to email, first, the clear senders are charged for paying the work to handle their advertisements, should be charged, and the ones who hide themselves and send real spam where it's not clear who sends it, there are ways to find out who sends it by replying and following, buying what they sell, whatever. But this is extra work, and this has to be again paid additionally with 600 euro each time extra. And the role of the state is not to issue penalties of any form to people who send unsolicited advertisements, but to ensure that the people who do the forced work of deleting these advertisements are paid. This is the role of the state. Yes, that's what I wanted to say here. I have written a blog post about the same topic very briefly. I have much more to say, but I wanted to keep this video short. And below you can see a link to my blog post and read the content of this video as text.